And we're back! Man, it has been an eventful summer. We all got to witness Mr. Biggio going into the Hall of Fame, and what an exciting time it is to be an Astros fan right now. We're in the middle of September right now, caught up in the middle of a pennant race. Brian, can you believe it?
I can't believe it.
I mean, the last time we were talking, we were like, hey, it's going to be 2016. We'll look forward to it.
Yeah, we're shooting for 500 for this year.
Yeah.
That was going to be the goal.
And what happened? Well, I'll tell you along the way, Mr. Carlos Correa came up, blew up, Preston Tucker, Lance McCullers, Vincent Velasquez. A lot of the moves that we did in the offseason, that Mr. Luno did in the offseason.
Dallas Keuchel's pitching like Cy Young Award winner.
Dallas Keuchel looks like he might have a chance at the Cy Young. Might have a Rookie of the Year, a Manager of the Year. But we still got some baseball to play, and I hope the Astros remember that because it looks like it's going to be a photo finish.
It's getting a little dicey. I'm gripping a little bit, I got to be honest. It's getting tight.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want it any other way. We got a pennant race in the middle of September here in Houston for our home team Astros. And we got George Springer back off the disabled list. And, our lineup coming together the way we want to. Mike Fiers pitching nice. It would have been nice to keep Scott Feldman around. He was doing some good things since he'd come back. Mm-hmm. But he's going to be gone for the rest of the year. So we'll have to go with the 5-man rotation, including Lance McCullers, I guess, the rest of the way. We sit here today and we're in first place. We're in first place. And tomorrow we will be in first place. But as we sit here today, it's a 1.5 game lead over the Rangers. We're trying to allow the Angels back into the race. Mm-hmm. And the Twins are becoming quite a concern in the playoff picture. I'm not going to even mention it because we're going for the division.
Right. We got to have a division.
But Rangers and Angels and Twins are all some games to keep an eye on. And the Astros play the Rangers and Angels head up, man. We're playing the Angels right now, and we got a big 4-game series coming up with the Rangers, which I'm excited about. So let's talk about that. We'll talk about the Astros versus the Rangers. Going into the 4-game series this week in Arlington, the Astros will be in first place. We know that. How much in first place? I'm not quite sure, but we will be in first place. They're going to throw Cole Hamels at us in the first game on Monday night.
I think we counter with Kazmir.
So, yeah. So it should be a pretty good series. I think we got Kazmir, McHugh,
and McCullers.
Keuchel and McCullers. So should be a good 4-game series. Looking forward to it. But we need to get some bats going.
We need to score some runs. The pitching has been great. I mean,
pitching has been good. Bullpen has been solid. And so, hey, I don't want to hear anything about every time those bullpen arms give up 1 run, we need to get rid of them. They've been great.
Yeah.
Including Qualls.
Qualls gets it pretty bad, but he's been really good, especially the second half.
Will Harris gave up a home run to C.J. Cron the other day. But, that happens. It's baseball. Nobody's ever had a 0 ERA. So, bullpen guys, quiet down. They're doing fine. Mm-hmm. I'm really excited about the bullpen, the starting pitching. I think Michael Feliz might be part of this before it's all said and done. But right now, you really don't need to find out about him. He and Vincent Velasquez, a little bit of long relief.
Power arms.
Power arms if you really need a strikeout. But right now, you really can't complain with the job that Will Harris and Neshek and Gregerson are all doing.
Oh, the bullpen's been great. And it's the problem has been we haven't been scoring enough runs.
All right,
we score them in bunches. We'll win 11-0, then we'll lose 2-0.
And it seemed when George Springer came off the DL that we were scoring 8 runs a game, and then we ran into Anaheim and 2 runs the first 2 games of that series. And struggling today. So, what do you think? What can we do? Is there anything? What would you do to try to get, if you're AJ Hinch or Jeff Luno, to try to get this lineup to heat up?
I would shake up the lineup a little bit. Maybe move Springer down in the order just a little bit. Move Altuve back up top. He's been hitting. He's been getting on base. Might drop him down.
Yeah,
Springer.
that might be a thought.
Make some moves because it's not working right now. Whatever it is. I mean, ultimately, you want to have Springer in that leadoff spot, and the lineup they're trotting out right now looks good, but it's just not performing right now.
I agree. I think Springer did a fantastic job before going on the DL of really getting in a groove. Had a 365 on base percentage, which was above and beyond anybody else on the team. So you like to have that on base percentage at the top. However, I was a little concerned about him coming back and getting his timing. He's had some hits. He hasn't been, I think he's swung the bat well, and he's been getting on base. However, I kind of like the idea of having maybe Altuve staying at the top. Now that we have the addition of Carlos Gomez, maybe hitting him second right in front of Carlos Correa.
He's been hot lately, so or heating up at least.
And then putting Springer in an RBI spot.
4-5.
Yeah. So you have those top three guys. Maybe put Springer, Gaddis, Rasmus in some order there. I'm not too keen on having a light hitting Jed Lowry hitting in the 4 spot at this point.
No.
But how about anybody else adding to this team? Because you think there's anything else you see that we could do in this time of the year?
It'll be interesting to see what happens with the minor league teams when those seasons start to end. They're all in the playoffs. So if Corpus gets bounced or if that series just finishes up, whatever, it'll be interesting to see what happens with AJ Reed. See, maybe he can come up here. I know that they're not big on throwing major playing time at a brand new rookie who's started in A-ball this year. But, I mean, he's a lot better than what everybody else has been able to provide at the first base position, offensively at least.
Right. You always have the concern about a young rookie throwing him up in a pressure situation. We've got major league hitters up here right now that are stressing a little bit and pressing. What would that do to a rookie having his first time in here? What would that do to his confidence?
You don't have anything to lose right now. He hits everywhere he goes. And it's not like you're getting a lot of production on first base. If he comes out and struggles, I mean, who cares?
Well, you don't want to hurt the guy's confidence, although he will have the Arizona Fall League to rebound and get that confidence back before the start of next year, spring training wise. You also don't envision him being up on this team in this day and age before June, kind of like the Correa situation. We do have John Singleton. That might be another bat that comes up. It has also been announced today that Matt Duffy will be coming up with his 20 home runs, 294 average, and 104 RBIs. That was done in California in the Pacific Coast League. But this is a 26-year-old rookie who has played some first base, right-handed bat. So
first and third.
First and third gives you a little bit of maneuverability. You don't know if that's because someone else got hurt. I noticed that Jed Lowry was not in the lineup today. So that could be some of the thinking behind it. But until we know, we're not going to speculate. But it'd be interesting to see why they brought him up, how much playing time he's actually going to get.
It looked like Marwin jammed his wrist in yesterday's game. He played through it, but I wonder if that swelled up on him or something.
Well, he was in the lineup today.
He was?
So, it's something to think about. Another thing that we will get into in the offseason is the 40-man roster. So that's another consideration of why you might not want to bring a player up like A.J. Reed, like Tyler White. But that brings into the question again, why Matt Duffy? Because now a 40-man roster spot does have to be cleared for Mr. Duffy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the idea of thinking too much about arbitration years and starting the clock and stuff like that. If you made the trades to win the World Series this year, to make a run at winning the World Series, use all the tools at your disposal. And if you've got a guy that you really think could handle major league pitching, bring him up.
But one great thing that, and I agree with you, one great thing though that Jeff Luhnow has done, just like Daryl Morey for the Rockets, is collect assets and take care of those assets, and you don't want to lose them just if you don't have to. And there may be a trade out there for a first baseman that has hit 35 home runs in the majors. Yes, I'm talking about Chris Carter. He does not have zero value, although I would doubt he plays much for the Astros again. But could be a trade chip in the offseason, and I don't want to talk about that yet. We do have a lot to talk about with the 40-man roster and who's going to be put on that, but that's not until November. So right now we're looking forward. We're looking towards the division championship because, again, we are in first place. We're excited to be playing the Rangers this week. And
it's nice to have a true rivalry.
I have a feeling we're about to have a real rivalry this week.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we can sweep in Arlington and
put this thing to bed.
Have an exciting playoff series to talk about come October. So for my brother Brian, it's Brandon. Good to be back talking Astros baseball. Go Stros!
Go Stros!
Talking baseball, Klazuski, Campanella, talking baseball. The man and Bobby Fella, the Scooter, the Barber, and the Nuke. They knew 'em all from Boston to